What's going on, everybody? This is Camden Hill from Babblin Dabblin. Just wanted to take a second to let you know what you just heard is a snippet of today's guest's new song. It's coming on their new EP. So, make sure you stay around to the end of the episode today, and we're going to let the entire track play. So, if you're a fan of music, this is one for you for sure. Make sure you check out Bootz Katz wherever they're found. And let them know that you're digging it if you're digging it. If you're not digging it, I don't know, go jump off a cliff. Anyway, let's get into this shit. This is Babblin Dabblin. You know the deal. Go.
Welcome to the show. This is Babblin Dabblin. You already know we a podcast. Yeah, we babblin' and dabbling. Podcast. Yeah, we babblin' and dabbling. Babblin' and dabbling. Babblin' and dabbling. Welcome to the show. This is Babblin Dabblin. You already know we a podcast. Yeah, we babblin' and dabbling. Podcast. Yeah, we babblin' and dabbling. Babblin' and dabbling. Babblin' and dabbling.
All right, welcome back to another episode of Babblin Dabblin. My name is Camden Hill. My co-host Scott Barnhart and myself are joined today by a very special guest or guests. It's two people, one group. Used to be Bootz Katz, coming back now as BZKZ.
Yeah. We're still Bootz Katz, technically.
Okay.
It's kind of an acronym.
Fuck butts, I don't know. Bootz Katz. Easier to find them as BZKZ. Fuck!
There you go.
Forgot to take the fucking Instagram picture with while he was here.
Wow.
Sorry, that shouldn't be in your episode anyway, but all right.
Get him back in here.
He just tagged me and it hit me. I'm like, fuck! All right, sorry. So, intro. This has nothing to do with DJ O, but he was our last guest. So, if you listen to these things in order, you'll know that. All right, as always, you can follow us along on social media. Facebook.com/Babblin Dabblin. That's BABBLIN DABBLIN. On Instagram and Twitter, both of the handles are Babblin Dabblin. Same spelling, BABBLIN DABBLIN. If you want to follow me personally, Instagram and Twitter both are at dflamingo187. Scott, hit him.
You guys can follow me if you want to keep up with my music on soundcloud.com/hazardwave. And links to my Facebook and Instagram are both on there, so you'll be able to find me there.
Dope. Bootz Katz.
Yes, sir.
Where can people find you guys at?
BZKZ Music. All the handles. Website, bzkzmusic.com. At bzkzmusic. Don't follow our personal stuff. Just hit up the band.
Don't treat them like people.
Right.
Objectify them. All right. So,
I would like to start this off real quick with Treading Water is an amazing song. I've listened to it
man.
like 10 times
Thank you, dude.
since I found out we were doing this interview.
Oh, awesome. Thank you. Yeah, we
That was great.
this next one that we're working on is called Through the Woods. It's similar. We have the same Sophie Lavelle. She's incredible. She's featured again, and we actually recorded our drummer on an E-kit with this one. So it's going to be kind of similar to it, but just maybe more advanced.
It's actually going to be the title track of our EP coming up, Through the Woods.
True that.
There's going to be 4 new songs on it. But yeah, back to Treading Water. I appreciate that, man. That song has the most plays on Spotify by far of any of our tracks, and it's definitely kind of a crowd pleaser. We'll see people in the crowd at shows that we've never seen before that obviously came to hear that song, so it's pretty cool.
Oh, that's got to be
nice.
a
That's
great feeling.
Thanks
for mentioning that.
Yeah.
We love that
I'm
song.
glad you brought that up because I listened, but my fucking information retention level is very low. And I'm like, yeah, I heard something. I just don't know what the fuck it was called. But I liked what I heard.
Oh, yeah.
Good deal.
Yeah, if you guys are fans of music, I saw you guys listed as something. What do you call it? Live-tronica?
Live-tronica.
That's your genre.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
That's our genre.
Yeah, for those who have no idea who the hell we are, we produce electronic music like a DJ would, but we just have a full band on top of it. Guitar, bass, drums. So it's Live-tronica is the best way to describe it because it might be like heavy rock and dubstep or like disco and house music. So we just do whatever we feel like.
How's it been being received by the community so far? Pretty well?
Pretty well. It's been a
I think it's really
battle.
new, and it's great that you guys are bringing that.
Mm-hmm. Well, we started doing this like 6 years ago,
Okay.
and so people like had no idea what was going on, and we weren't that good yet
they're
either, so
catching
it wasn't
on.
translating as well either.
Yeah, just playing like frat parties and stuff.
Yeah, and they're just like, it's loud. I like that. I mean, but
The louder the better, dude.
I would say that recently it's been a lot more easier received with the community because of the fact that EDM has gone so mainstream.
Yeah.
Now the fact that people hear, electronic music, house music, dubstep when they listen to the radio, it makes it a lot easier to the ears to hear us live and it not be so jarring and, weird at the time, I guess is the best way to put it. But recently we've had this revelation that, college kids actually do like this kind of music now, which is great. We go play in Milledgeville and Athens and kids get down to house music now. It's awesome.
Yeah. They used to walk right out. Be like, what is this?
Maybe it's because we just used to suck and we're a lot better now.
I think a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B with that one.
For sure.
All right, so we'll plug this now and at the end of the show. You guys got some dates coming up. Where can people come check you out?
October 25th, Deep Roots Pre-Party, Milledgeville, Georgia, Buffington's. Then November 1st at Amici
In Macon.
Amici Macon, not Amici Milledgeville. And then November 9th, we're going to be playing at the Hummingbird in Macon with Rochambeau, a traveling band, touring band out of
Atlanta, I think.
I think they're out of Atlanta. I don't quote me on that.
They're out of somewhere, but they will be in Macon.
In the way, yeah, exactly. They'll be in Macon on November 9th at the Hummingbird. And the way the booking agent described it to us was an electronic Black Keys. So if you're into Black Keys and you're into electronic music, maybe come check it out.
I've listened to them. They're dope.
That's a good way to describe it. Electronic Black
I guess
Keys.
so.
Cool. Yeah. And then on Halloween night, 10:31, we're throwing a DJ party. It's not going to be our full band. It's not going to be a Bootz and Katz show, but Ryan and I are going to be DJing at the Hummingbird, throwing the Monster Mash dance party, throw down some house music, rap, trap.
Do you guys have a name that you guys go by when you're just DJing y'all too? Do you still go by the Bootz and Katz name? Or
We might call it like, Bootz and Katz DJ set or something like that. But really it's just, we're friends of the Hummingbird. And they're like, let's throw down.
have
And we're
fun.
like, sure. So it's not really associated with our
With the
music,
band.
our
Okay,
band. We're
okay.
just going to play ridiculous rap music and house and
We've
stuff.
tried recently
Very
to
dope.
differentiate ourselves when people think they're coming to see Bootz and Katz, that they're expecting to see instruments.
Yeah.
Like when they hear Bootz and Katz, it's going to be Ryan and I playing live, unless it has that DJ, labeled next to it.
Yeah, for sure.
I did want to get into the origin of the name. How did you come up with the Bootz and Katz
House
name?
music, dude.
Because the fucking rhythm.
So
Dude, you know how many times I did that? I'm like, I don't know if that's true or not, but I was like, that's probably what
It's
it is.
totally it. But yeah.
we were playing. I don't know if we were playing or I might have been just running sound at a Mercer talent show, and there was a kid that was beatboxing, and I asked him, "How did you learn how to beatbox?" And he said, "I started saying Bootz and Katz and Bootz and Katz
That's one
really
of the first
fast."
beginner ways.
And then that's how I heard about it in my head, and then him and I started making music, and it just, I don't know, you came up with it. You were like, dude, Bootz and Katz is gotta
Yeah.
work. And then you wanted to come up with the rebranding to make it BZKZ, because Puss in Boots wasn't exactly what we
Yeah,
were
we'd
going
have like Sororogos be like, "Oh my gosh, just like that cute little cat from Shrek," and it's like, I might quit music now.
Yeah.
All right, just gonna go hang myself, bitch. If you're not familiar with Ryan on Facebook, he hates vowels. That's really why they're rebranding Bootz and Katz, getting rid of that shit.
Totally. Vowels are
Ryan Walters.
Yeah. Rin.
All right, so even before Bootz and Katz formation, this is a question for both of you guys, so just, one at a time answer if you'd like. When did you first get into music, or was Bootz and Katz your first go?
When you say into music, you mean getting into music in terms of being fans of music, or in terms
Like
of playing
creativity,
music live?
Like-
yeah.
I'm gonna do this shit.
We both were in bands in high school. It's really funny how different our origins were. I played in an acoustic band in high school. We covered a lot of Dave Matthews, a lot of Jack Johnson, stuff like that.
Oh, I love Jack Johnson. Sorry.
And I love Dave Matthews, so it's cool. I mean, I love that music, and I had never even really played bass. I was playing acoustic guitar, and then I got to college and started playing bass, and that band broke up, and that's when I met Ryan, who was into like metal and punk and not
I was
acoustic
always
music.
I went to middle school in Jacksonville, and so the punk emo scene is huge there. Probably not anymore, but it used to be. Yeah. And so from there, I got into like playing guitar, trying to impress girls, and then like I got into metal after I saw As I Lay Dying. I know we're not supposed to like him anymore because he tried to kill his wife, but
I still listen to Confined all the time.
there you go. Yeah, great track. And so then I was like,
Canceled.
I want to do that. And so yeah, you've been canceled. But so I just was like, I want to be able to play like that. And so I just, and then eventually I found electronic music. And until I met Dixon, I never thought of combining the two. Because I was just listening to like psychedelic trance and just like, this is great. And then, the first time we met, he was like, well, have you ever played your guitar on top of that? And that was just mind blowing to me because you already knew all these
And
Livetronica.
I had known about Livetronica when we met each other, but I never had played it. Like I said, I was playing acoustic rock for the most part, but I got into jam bands and Fish and the Disco Biscuits and STS9, and that's what they were doing, was combining electronic elements with rock. And so that's when I met you and was like, dude, I play bass, you play guitar. Let's try and produce some shit and play over the top of it. And
Yeah,
I
we
think we
did.
made like a shitty beat in Fruity Loops and jammed on it for like 10 minutes, and that might have been the birth of Bootz Katz.
Yeah,
Shout out to Fruity Loops.
yeah. Dude, FL Studio. I mean,
Cracked her.
FL Studio was huge for us for about the first couple years. I think we made our first EP. All the drums were made in Fruity Loops.
big
I
time.
still use it. It's so user friendly.
Oh yeah, it's great.
No, FL Studio is great. I think the reason that we switched to Ableton, I know this is kind of off topic, but the reason we switched to Ableton was because we can use it for live and for producing.
Oh, yeah, that's what I've heard,
It's
yeah.
very versatile, whereas with FL, that's only for studio, and then you'd have to pick a new DAW to use
Yeah.
live. So
I think you went with Ableton because you're an elitist prick.
yeah, that too.
That's
how
how
it
running
started.
your
That
joke,
too.
right?
I was like, I'm sick of being with these common men.
These fucking peasants in
These
their
plebs with their
fucking FL
FL
studio.
Yeah, no, FL's great, and like I learned by like in college, I would like be like studying, you take an Adderall or something, and instead of doing all of that, I would just learn how to make music all night. And
Fuck studying.
Seamless. If anybody's ever trying to learn on FL Studio, look up Seamless. He's the man. He taught me everything I know, so that I could even switch to Ableton later. So that guy's got awesome tutorials. We owe him a lot.
Now, did you go to Mercer?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
I'm making sure
That's
I had
where
that
we
right.
met. We met in a frat at Mercer. That's how we got started. Was just playing our buddies' frat parties and stuff.
Hell yeah, dude. So what were y'all's majors? Not Livetronica music, I'm sure.
No, I don't. We're working on that becoming a major.
Right. Yeah, I did philosophy.
I was a marketing major.
I'm glad you found music.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, go Bears though. Shout out to Mercer.
Yeah, go Bears.
I mean, I like them because I'm from here, but
There you go. There you go. Not
It's
a
a
good
geographical
win yesterday,
thing.
but that's okay.
yeah. Location only. So, what is the favorite venue? If you guys both have the same venue, then I mean that's cool too. But favorite venue you guys have played at in your time doing BZKZ?
That's tough.
For me, I'd probably say the venue we played at last, which was Aisle 5. That was a big step for
Oh, I
us.
love Aisle 5.
We had played Smith's Old Bar in Atlanta and drew pretty well there, and we got a gig opening for our buddies Capsule Corp at Aisle 5. And the hospitality, the sound, the production,
Sound, man.
we got a recording of the whole show. I think we're going to drop a track from it later in the podcast. That venue's just awesome. In terms of all-time favorite venues, I'd probably have to shout out to Roasted.
Yep.
I mean, that's just where we really got where we transitioned from frat parties to actual venues was Roasted. So shout out to Nick and all that. And obviously we love the Hummingbird and stuff, but I think the Aisle 5 would probably be my all-time favorite venue we've played.
Yeah, in terms of how everything went and how everything sounded, absolutely Aisle 5. But in terms of where my heart is Roasted for sure. That was the most fun place.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Roasted.
Now,
No,
have you guys heard? Oh, sorry. What do you got?
Oh, I was just going to say, I asked this, speaking of on that topic, I asked everyone who's a musician this because it's always a funny or crazy answer. What's y'all's worst bomb? Like, worst show or like, worst
I would
experience?
love to tell that story. I think we're going to agree on this.
Which one?
2014, we were 2014 or 15. We got offered to play in Panama City Beach for spring break, and we played at this place called the Banana Peel. Again, R.I.P. I'm not even
It's
sure.
a great name.
I'm not even sure if it still exists, but we played for a college spring break that nobody gave a shit about the music. It was all just a bunch of 19, 20
It was like
kids that
we didn't know what to expect. It was like a motel courtyard.
we played in a
Yeah.
hotel at a
A motel.
Like,
motel.
Yeah,
Okay,
like-
called the Banana.
It had one
Split.
floor.
The banana peel.
We had to bring all of our own equipment. Had to, we were playing during their spaghetti dinner or whatever, and I mean they put us up in a room that didn't even have toilet paper, didn't have towels, and there was like 6 of us because we brought a buddy and like our drummer brought a friend at the time, and so we were just shacked up in this hotel trying to play music and wound up not getting paid.
Well, not to mention, like they said they were going to feed us, and they gave us a single sandwich over the course of like
They gave you all
3
banana?
days.
Yeah.
There were no bananas at all. But yeah,
damn it, I want some
So
potassium.
the most lit part about this venue, and the reason they're called the Banana Peel is their thing is this thing called the Banana Peel Contest, which is where a dude puts a banana in between his legs, and then a girl would like get on her knees and try and peel the banana
Dude,
with
this
her
place
mouth.
sounds wild.
it was heinous.
That's PCB spring break for you. We played 4 shows over the course of the week. Didn't get paid for any of them. I think we had fun at one.
Yeah, well, that's just because some of our friends came.
Yeah,
they happened to be there.
Shout out to the Kappa Sigs in Macon. The Mercer Kappa Sigs were in Panama City Beach for spring break that week and came out to see one of our shows. And that was
fun.
lit.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun. But what a mess.
Yeah,
what a
we
shit
were
show.
so pissed because we were hungry. We didn't have any money. And, like, we were getting treated like shit. So like the last night, we just completely like Rolling Stones to the hotel room and just fucking destroyed the whole thing. Honestly,
Sounds like it was destroyed before you got there.
well, it was, yeah. So biggest bomb for sure, but some of the most fun I've probably ever had.
Do you have another one in mind that was worse or comparable?
I don't know. Any of those weird day festivals we've played where there's been like little kids running around and we're just like blah 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 blah.
Sometimes
But
those can be fun though.
They can be, but
Electronic
it's
can
hit
be
or
really
miss.
wholesome.
Hit or miss. Yeah, for sure.
You're not up there just screaming out, "Fuck you, motherfucker! Fuck this, fuck that."
Right.
So, I guess you can get away with it.
Now, one thing we decided a while ago with our lyrics was we never wanted to have that parental advisory explicit content label. We'll play songs that have curse words in it on stage, but sometimes we like
Especially releases.
music that we release. We try and stay away from that just because it can only hurt your plays.
Well, did you
unless
guys
you're a
know that
rapper.
it's that's not a law. It's not a thing. You don't have to put the parental advisory.
I did not know that.
Yeah, on CDs, and then when they were doing that in the 90s, they did it because it pushed sales. You actually don't have to advise people.
I feel like
that
it
you
would
curse.
hinder our streams. You think it would push streams or hinder?
I don't know how it works.
I don't
for
think anybody cares anymore.
Yeah, right.
fair.
I'd imagine with distribution, there's probably certain like, okay, this is
Right.
You need to have the parental advisory.
Well, and
in order for
if
us
you ever try to use like Song Trader or stuff like that, where they have like companies will like look for like commercial music
Yeah.
and stuff.
Right.
You got to think about that too.
Well, that's one thing with having clean music. It's easier to find somebody that might be willing to use your music in an ad they have, or
or a video
commercial,
game. That would
Which
be
is like
tight.
the
Video
only
games,
way
yeah.
to make money at music, anyways.
yeah, yeah. Shout out to the music industry, sucking.
Yeah, for
That's
being
why I
the
do
best.
comedy now. It's
Spotify is great for the end listener. I use Spotify all the time, but it's definitely hard to make money off Spotify streams. But
Totally.
it's hard to make money off of music. Period.
yeah, no,
if you're not an
totally,
entrepreneur.
totally. As long as we're paying for ourselves and we're paying for the equipment that we use, we're happy.
Yeah, pretty much.
This
Hell
whole
yeah.
next EP that we're doing is going to be DIY, so that's tight.
Completely.
How
Well,
long has that been in the works
Super
for?
stoked.
it depends. Like this one song that's going to be on, I think it's actually the live song that we'll be listening to later. But we started that like a month ago. But then this other song I started writing like over a year ago.
Yeah,
so it depends.
I would say the EP in itself, in terms of a concept, has been in the works for about 9 months.
Yeah.
What are we
Okay.
at? In October? So pretty much the whole 2019. And
Right.
it's cool. I think he talked about it earlier. Our last EP, we didn't have our drummer on it at all. It was all recorded drums in Ableton and samples
Yeah.
and stuff. And this next one, we actually recorded our drummer, and he's going to be featured on the EP in full. It's going to be awesome.
Did he get an ego trip or something? Did you have to let him know he's replaceable?
No, we just
It's not even that. Like we can make drums sound so good in Ableton, and there's
yeah.
nothing that you can do to compare that to the feel of an actual live drummer playing
Yeah.
on
You
it. So
can
shout
never
out to
replicate
Thomas
that.
Reed,
Yeah.
our drummer at Tommy's World.
Tommy's World.
Instagram, Twitter. I'm going to shout out to him. He's sick. I'm super stoked to have him on this next EP. It's going to be awesome. We're also going to have a family of guests. We haven't really announced it yet, so it's
That's true.
kind of a little plug here in the podcast. Evan Miller from Funk U, Bert Cheshire from Capsule Corp, Sophie Lavelle, Matt Henderson from Dank. We're going to kind of make this a family affair of this next EP.
Yeah, it'll be
Awesome.
fun.
We're not going to officially announce
Well-
that yet. You have to be listening to this podcast to know.
There you go.
You got the exclusive.
I'm not the fucking place. We're not the fucking place to do that. Well, I mean, unless you just don't want a lot of people to know about it.
What's y'all's creative process like? Like, where do you usually start, or does it kind of change up from song to song?
It definitely
changes.
changes. There's some songs where I'll just be like, "Hey, Dixon, I did something."
I wrote this today.
I
Here,
wrote
learn,
and
here,
produced
learn
it.
it. Yeah,
But-
and I'll learn it and think it's amazing. I mean, Winds of Cardea on our last track, our last EP, same thing. Ryan wrote that entire song. Then there'll be other tracks where we'll just be in the studio, like, okay, let's make a beat that's 128 BPM. pick a key, dude. What do you think in D sharp minor?
Why not?
What F major, whatever, and then we just go, and we'll usually record those sessions so that at the end of it, we're like, okay, that
Any cool bits in here?
bit in there was really cool. Let's try and make a track out of that, and then we start build. Usually drums first, then add in some bass and melody, and then kind of go from there.
Pick a chord progression and just jam on it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we do both, which I think helps with the variety of what our songs sound like. You know, because there are songs that like I've written the lyrics first and then done, and then we have
Totally.
a lot of our songs don't even have lyrics, so we just kind of
Okay.
it's different each time. It keeps it interesting. Though.
And all the songs that do have lyrics, you pretty much wrote the lyrics yourself.
Yeah, totally. But
Yeah.
yeah,
No, I mean that's what's so awesome about it is he's come to me before with full tracks already written, done, and it's like, here, learn this bass line, and I'm like, shit, this is awesome.
Well, that's the same way I
Can't
write.
wait to play
Yeah.
it Friday night.
I can't just. I'll come up with a riff, but I keep an entire every element of the song in mind when I'm writing.
totally.
You know, like
Yeah.
I'll go from even if I'm playing guitar, I'll know that the next part I want to do like a 2-step beat or something like that.
Right,
Or
right.
what can I play to
to complement that,
Yeah.
or to get you to that next point. I would say definitely transitions are some of the hardest parts of making music. We can jam on a cool riff all day, but being able to figure out an intro, verse, chorus structure of a
Yeah.
song is always
It is tough.
the tough and the fun part.
So yeah, we usually
rewarding.
just do like a verse, chorus, 5-minute jam, and then then we peak on the chorus again. But that's worked for a couple songs. But we really have been trying to like expand. We've been doing a lot of really different stuff with our how we use Ableton Live. We've actually before we came here, we've been working on like looping parts of our jams and then recording synth parts to loop within the jam as like part of the jam. So we're just really
Okay.
we're just screwing around. We're just having a good time and cool.
It
stuff
enables
happens.
us to expand the songs to be different than
Right. So we don't have a keyboard player.
we don't have a keyboard player live. So if we want to play keys or we want to play synth, we have to do it ourselves and then loop it. And it enables us to make it to where a 5-minute treading water can turn into a 7.5-minute treading
Yeah.
water with a riff in the middle of it that you've never heard before, and just kind of keep the listeners on their toes because you don't want people to think that they're hearing the same show every time.
Right.
Word.
For sure.
Hell yeah. Dude, it seems like a lot of people are scared of diversity within their own music. I guess, I mean, I see from a marketing aspect, especially if you're trying to build a name, people kind of want to hear the same thing, I guess, and they get used to you, and then once you find a good core fan base, then you diversify. But I've always loved versatility, man. Like, if I can see an artist do one thing, and then the next track he's doing something different, or, and then, oh, they got this whole other element on the new track, I'm like, damn, I love that. I hate fucking stagnant music,
Well, I think we like to take a lot of pages out of the jam band book. And so, pretty much every jam band, they're going to throw down a funk jam. They're going to throw down a disco jam. They're going to hit like a weird R&B groove. Like
Every jam band has to have a reggae jam too.
yeah, you got to have the reggae jam, if you were a jam band from the last 15 years, you have to have an uns jam, it's just, so we kind of pull from all the things that we like, whether it's punk or
Super
classic
true.
rock or Dave Matthews Band or the Disco Biscuits or Skrillex. Like we just take it all together and just push it onto the computer.
And this
Y'all are
next
doing a great
EP
job.
Thanks.
Hey, thank you. I
Yeah.
appreciate it. It's interesting that you bring that up because this will be our third EP coming up here that we've made, and every single one, there's not one genre that's the whole thing. It'll be
No, not
some
at all.
house, some drum and bass, some dubstep, some trap.
This one's going to be more house.
More
than anything
housey
else,
for
I think.
sure. We have a drum and bass track coming out. No rap on this one. We do have Midas Wright guesting with us, but it's not going to be.
I was just about to ask about him.
Midas guested with us on our last EP.
Well, dude, no, we have on this new EP. We're remixing one of his songs that he did Hourglass when he was doing that Hourglass thing.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
he's still on
so
it.
Midas
one
is
way or
still
another.
with us. Shout out to Midas
Shout
Wright
out
for
Midas.
sure.
What's he
FBK
been up
shout
to,
out for
man?
sure.
Dude, he's killing it, man.
I see.
He's killing it.
I don't know. I guess he just disappeared off of Facebook. That's what most people do.
Yeah,
Because Facebook sucks. But
And then you feel like you haven't heard from the person in forever, and you're like, dude, what happened to that guy? It's like, dude, he's fine. He's just not on
Yeah.
Facebook.
I think I still got his phone number. Maybe I'm just the asshole. I haven't reached out to him.
You should hit him up and see if he wants to be on this podcast. He would love it.
Yeah,
I got his number, unless he changed it, and I don't know.
that's a good chance. I'll get you those digis at the end of the podcast.
All right. So, fuck. What was the next question? Where's my list? Sorry.
No worries.
Super professional. Again, pretty much all the questions I have are to both of you. So, I mean, just kind of take your turns answering whichever way you feel.
Cool.
So, if you had your own country, what would be the first rule you'd put into place?
Techno is awesome. Yeah, everybody listens to it at all times.
Rule number one.
Everything
Your slogan.
Everything is
Vote
a
for
dance
me.
party.
Techno's awesome.
Yeah, everything is just a dance party. Dude, I don't know, because when you get into that, then like what's the First Amendment of your country's constitution that you've created? So
Yeah.
I think the U.S. had it right. Free speech. Boom. First rule.
Free speech equals techno for sure.
Yeah, for sure. It's included within it.
I always thought mine would be like no money, just all work and do what we want to do, and hopefully enough people want a better society.
Like trade potatoes and stuff.
Yeah, dude.
Go back to bartering.
Go back to bartering, dog. Hey, I make the fucking most fire coconut you ever did have. You got some pretty dope collard greens. Let's swap it out, you know.
And I'd be like, I can pirate Fruity Loops on your computer. Let me get some lunch.
Okay, don't come to my island. You got anything?
What song's been stuck in y'all's head lately?
Dude, honestly, it's driving me crazy. That Lizzo track. It comes to me at night and tells me that I'm a bad person.
Did you see the video I shared of that yesterday?
No, I should have.
Did you? Oh my god, it's so fucking. It's like a 6-second video. It's just. It starts with her. It's like, I just took a DNA test. Turns out, and then it switches to Wilford Brimley. I've been diabetic for 20 years, or I've had diabetes.
Yeah, that's. It changes every day. Usually, it's just like an absolute carousel of madness in here, and it's just always something stuck in my head. It's.
I saw Drew Holcomb and the Neighbors Friday night, and I got their song "Family" stuck in my head. It's acoustic music that we were talking about earlier. Went with my dad, and my sister. It was awesome.
Dude,
Played at the Variety
acoustic
Playhouse
music.
in Atlanta.
Acoustic
I
music
say that
is
all the
fucking
time.
dope. I love just like relaxing it, especially when I'm driving.
Good singer-songwriter
Yeah.
type stuff. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I have one of his songs stuck in my head, Drew Holcomb. It's a good stuff. Definitely changes for me like on a daily basis, though. I'm listening to music all the time.
Yeah.
Right now, mine's Lil Aaron, Nobody.
There you go.
I don't think I've heard that one.
I'm
That's good.
gonna look it up later for sure.
Alrighty.
Guess we're about to hear it.
No, we're not.
I'll show you guys all.
I'll hear it afterwards.
Somebody will hear it somewhere. It won't be me. I might.
Camden?
What?
You have any music stuck in your head?
No.
No? Alright.
I mean,
You
I
go
just
by
case
Camden or
closed.
Cam?
Camden. That fat motherfucker.
I won't call you Cam then.
Flamingo
Oh, I will.
guy.
You are repping the Flamingos today for all of our listeners.
Gang gang. Shit, that's Theo's thing. We're not big enough for that to matter though. So
You guys are getting big though. I've seen your
No.
shit around Facebook, and it seems like you're getting a little
We
bit of
appreciate
clout.
that.
I'm excited. I'm stoked to be on here, man. This is awesome.
Oh, yeah.
for only
Yeah, it's
having
been a
one,
while.
I know you
episode
like to
out,
joke
yes.
a lot, but you guys have been
Yeah.
doing some shit.
Dude, it's amazing to me. I did music for over 10 fucking years. And it's like nobody gave a fuck. I started doing comedy, boom, everything's clicking for me. It's like
That's awesome,
It's like I'm
dude.
where I need to be in my life.
That's awesome, dude.
So,
I love the comedy. It's good
Yeah,
stuff.
I do too. I hate what made me funny, but whatever. All the shit experiences that equal this.
The trauma that
Yeah.
equals comedy.
But whatever. Why not make jokes about it instead of just bitching about it online, right?
There you go.
Or sharing memes.
Yeah, or making memes.
I mean, I share it, yeah. I mean, I got the whole thing going on. I like to shit post. I like to do my comedy. Whatever. But this isn't about me. This is about you guys. So,
Fair enough.
let's get off of me. If you guys had a choice in the matter, how do you want to die?
Instantly.
Man, you guys are getting heavy here.
Oh, we go through it, dude.
Tomorrow.
Instantly,
Tomorrow-
without
today is
knowing
not-
you're about
I
to
mean, I'm
die?
just saying.
Today's not good for me, but tomorrow
Tomorrow,
I
I'm
gotta
free.
take care of some stuff later.
I can take a little bit of death tomorrow. It's all right.
Like instantly without knowing you're about to die and it just happens, or like knowing, okay, I'm about to die. this is
Okay,
gonna be
I
instant.
think I don't know. I think it might be selfish to try to choose how I would die because it could be any
That's
number
fair.
of ridiculous
Yeah.
ways. But I would prefer if it wasn't some kind of like horrifying, drawn
That's
out,
my next question. How do you not want
lung
to die?
rattling, like in a hospital bed, shit in your pants.
Oh.
That's
Yeah.
anything but that. Falling off a cliff, getting hit by a bus. I'm
Ideal
into
for
it.
me would have to be like I'm 90 years old and it just happens in my sleep or something.
Oh,
I can't do the sleep
Whack.
one.
90's
I have to
real,
know
dude.
it's coming.
Do you really want to go through those?
You
want
to live through 90? Ooh.
I gotta have
brutal.
that clarity of I'm about.
What kind of
to-
millennial are you?
Not a good one, I guess.
But yeah, I don't know, because then also too, of course, there's that aspect of like the divine psychedelic experience that some people say that they've had or say that
Yeah.
you will have, like all that Terrence McKenna shit. But
Whenever DMT goes.
yeah,
released into your
apparently it's
brain,
like in your
yeah.
brain, and it's like Joe Rogan shit. But yeah, I don't know. That could be cool. It could suck. Who knows? Like, who knows?
We'll find out one day.
Yeah, but then you don't get to tell anyone else.
It got dark.
Right, because you're dead, and then it doesn't matter.
These bills are stacking up, dog. Hurry up. Grim Reaper, where you at? Shout out to Death.
Yeah, shout out Death.
I like to shout out random things on this
It's actually a
podcast.
really good band.
I got a good one.
Death?
If the afterlife was irrefutably like proved by science or something like that it existed, and it was far superior to what we're doing now, would you guys change the way you guys are living your life at all?
No.
Nope. Awesome. You guys are doing it right then.
Yeah. Okay, so like this kind of question always makes me think of this dude Marcus Aurelius. He was a Roman philosopher, and he said, if there is a God and that God is just, he won't care if you've been faithful. He'll care that you've been a good person more than anything else. If there's a God and that God is unjust, suck my dick. Fuck you.
Right?
Unjust God. And if there is, and he didn't say that. It was a little more eloquent.
Paraphrasing,
I don't
but
think this is verbatim.
Oh, man.
But then he said, if there is no God, at the very least, you'll have been a good person, and people will remember you like with love. So it's like, just bottom line, just live your life, be cool to others. You know,
dude, that's always been like the actual Christian faith itself. I guess I probably don't have a problem with, but like the followers of the religion, they're always like, well, you can't good deed your way into heaven. It's like, that doesn't mean don't try to be a good person. You know, just because you can ask for forgiveness right before you die and go to heaven still in your mind, maybe don't be a piece of shit.
It's like
still.
you started a charity, you did all this great philanthropic work, but you only went to church on Christmas and Easter. Nope, you're done. Fuck you. Hey, really? Is that how it is? Come on, guys. Come on.
I will not shit on most of them. They usually tell me, they're upfront, like, you don't have to go to church to be a good Christian. So, I mean, I respect the people that can at least be honest like that, but
Sure.
it's like, man, I see a lot of people cop out. Like, okay, so when I was like 14, 15, I went to a Bible camp, and this one girl that was like in this, classes with me and shit, she was there, and she was just cussing up a storm and like, fuck this, goddamn that, no. I'm like, bro, what the fuck, shit? I probably shouldn't be doing that, right? She's like, oh, I'll just ask for forgiveness later.
Dude, she found the loophole. Yeah. She found the loophole. God always forgives. Oh, cool.
Hey,
do whatever I want.
said. All I have
Look
to
at here,
do-
God. It's right here, dude.
That's great.
Yeah, so that's my main problem with most religions, and, well, I guess really just Christianity.
Teach their own, man.
All right. Fuck. Every time I go to ask this question, I just laugh at it because it's so stupid. Would you have sex with Ryan
I knew that was
Reynolds?
coming.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
There you go.
Dixon,
What was the question?
would you have sex with Ryan Reynolds?
No.
Oh, man.
Whack.
This is going to cause a pretty big fissure in our band.
Dude, fuck. We just broke BZKZ up.
Rip BKZ's. Oh my god, I just butchered that. BZK. Oh my god. What is it?
Spaghetti?
Just give it up.
Spaghetti.
Spaghetti KZ. Check us out on spaghettikzmusic.com.
Bizkaz. Check out Bizkaz.
Because
So,
God, I can't believe I butchered that so hard.
yeah, you fucking
No
open a
worries.
goddamn deli, dude. So I think you guys kind of answered this already, but I'm gonna ask again because fucking repetition, right? Why not? What's your favorite genre of music
ooh.
to just listen to? I mean, obviously you have your favorite genre to play, which is what you do, but
All right. It's.
If you don't say rap, you're lying.
I was gonna say it's contextual, but I mean, yeah. I mean, Lil Pump's the greatest to ever do it. We all know that. We've all accepted this by now. But, yeah, it's contextual. It depends on what I'm doing. It depends on how I'm feeling, and so yeah, it's hard to say. I say because I make electronic music, like that's creatively it makes the most sense to me. But I don't listen to that much electronic music anymore, as much as I used to. It's all kinds of lots of jam bands, always punk and metal, always.
Yeah.
I can't get away from it, no matter how hard I try. And of course, hip hop's great and just whatever. Honestly,
Who's better, Lil Pump or Danny Brown?
dude.
why
Wow.
choose, right?
Yeah,
Porque no las dos.
yeah. Thank you for answering that question for me because I couldn't.
I don't know what he just said. What'd you say?
Why not both?
Porque
Oh,
no
why
los
not?
dos, no la.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, this is America. We speak American.
Porque no los dos. That's it.
But yeah, I think for me, it's definitely contextual, like Ryan said. I mean, if I'm, chilling on my back porch, grilling out, I might listen to some acoustic music, Jack Johnson, Dave Matthews. If I'm, in my car, I might listen to electronic music. I'm always going to be partial to jam bands. Jam bands, rock, electronic music. I do listen to electronic music a lot. I listen to a lot of house music.
Yeah,
What are some of your favorite artists?
My favorite label is Dirty Bird Records.
by far.
That's my favorite house music label, which Claude Von Stroke is the leader of. So Claude Von Stroke, Shiba-san, Mija, or I think I found out, speaking of This Is America, I found out a couple weeks ago that it's actually Mija. I feel bad for calling her Mija for the past.
In America, it's Mija.
M-I-J-A, Mija. Will Clark, Tim Beresco, Omnom, Artelon. These are just some really crazy Dirty Bird.
I mean, for the
house
last,
artists.
like, I would say at least, like, the last, like, 5 years, the Dirty Bird guys have been kind of pushing where house music has been going.
Yeah.
Because, 5 years ago, everybody was still listening to that. Like that.
Wait, what was that?
Fucking Martin Garrix ass fucking Tiesto.
Which there's
Buren.
nothing wrong with that. Don't get me wrong. I mean, when Avicii passed, we covered Avicii
Yeah, we did play
levels
levels.
at a show. We have mad respect for that kind of music. It's just not exactly where the majority of people are heading.
Yeah.
I think these days, Big Room might be dying.
Yeah,
I
might
don't
be
know.
Little Room House soon.
Yeah, it might be Little Room House soon. Yeah, Big Room House is dying.
But so those guys really helped push this really deep sound into the forefront. I mean, Fisher just won a fucking Grammy.
Yeah, Fisher did win a Grammy.
That's
or
insane.
Chris Lake, however you want to look at it.
Shout out to that.
We'll
person.
unpackage that a different day. But yeah, no. So
A little bit of everything.
Hold on.
I would be lying if I didn't say I listen to all kinds of different
Yeah.
kinds of music. So
You really fucked me
Same
up
here.
when you were talking just a second ago because you were talking about Dirty Bird. They're like, they're pushing warehouse music, and I'm like, warehouse music? Is that a new genre? What the fuck?
Yeah,
House
I heard the
yeah,
same
you're like,
thing,
where house music
but I
is
was
going.
able to
Oh,
decipher
I
it.
see.
I did too.
Yeah.
I did too.
I caught it for a second. I'm like,
Warehouse music. So we're all going back to like 1988 Detroit here.
Yeah, I wish we
With-
could.
with our house,
I
yeah.
wish we could. We can't though, because of Joe Biden. Actually.
Yeah, dude, didn't he make raving illegal in like
Okay.
1994?
No,
or
this is
something?
true.
Wait, what?
This isn't political. This
Yeah.
is true. So in 2001, Joe Biden wrote a bill. It was named the Rave Act, like unofficially, and he made it so that, let's say we threw a warehouse rave tomorrow, and it got raided by the police, which they always do. It's a rave.
Yeah.
And there's a federal law, that they can take every single drug count in charge and pin it
Applied.
on the promoter and the person that owns
Or the owner, yeah.
the venue.
fuck.
So,
if
Fuck
we
you,
all-
Joe Biden.
If
Yeah.
there was an 800
that's
person
that.
rave here and 300 people got caught with ecstasy pills, the people putting the rave on would
get 300 counts.
ecstasy counts.
felony
Wow.
counts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So,
you can thank Joe Biden for that when you're
yeah,
talking about
yeah.
not being able to have local warehouse raves anymore.
yeah, because they still
Shout
do
out
it.
JB.
Yeah, thanks, Jay.
Wow.
Not Justin Bieber.
Again, not political at all. These are just facts.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't matter what you think of him, but
Also,
he
Joe
did cool.
Biden's a creep.
Yeah, yeah.
Not political at all, just facts. Yeah.
Yeah. So, thanks, Joe.
I gotta ask, what's out of all the shows you've ever been to, concerts or whatever, what stands out the most? What was your favorite, funnest, best experience?
For me, 12/31/15, New Year's Eve, New York City, Disco Biscuits. They jammed to the movie Tron. They put the Tron
that sounds
movie
amazing already.
on big screens on stage and all around the venue, and just improvised their own score to the
Wow.
Tron movie. It was like 2:00 in the morning, New Year's Eve, Times Square, underground in the PlayStation Theater. That's my number. I posted about it on Facebook afterwards, saying this was the coolest musical experience I've ever had in my life, and I still will say that 4 years later.
Hell yeah.
Dope.
Yeah.
Sounds awesome.
For me, there's different ones. I used to be a very big Nectar kid, little nectarine back in my time. And yeah, dude, they're nectarines.
They're nectarines for sure. They're not bass heads. They're nectarines.
And yeah, so like seeing him, it was the first electronic show I actually ever went to, and I saw him. It was like the night before New Year's Eve. He played at the Tabernacle, and like it was like 2010 or something. I was still in high school, and I just remember being so mind blown because up until that point, I was seeing Disturbed and Lamb of God
Yeah.
and Five Finger Death Punch. So I never.
And had you even heard dubstep or any?
Oh yeah, I was really into it at that point,
Okay,
but I'd
cool.
never seen the whole shebang
Yeah.
with the lights and the whole experience. So that really kind of like shifted what I thought live shows were supposed to be about. Because
Yeah.
like up until then, it was like I'm angry because I'm angsty. I'm a teenager. I'm gonna hit
Yeah.
people and run around and do metal stuff.
You
So
can still do that.
yeah, it's not as appealing as it used to be.
I can't
but
believe you were in high school in 2010.
I graduated in 2011.
Wow.
Yeah,
You learn
years.
something new every day.
People are ages. But yeah,
How old are you?
I'm 26.
26.
28.
28.
So that explains it.
28.
Dude, fuck everybody. Well, except for Rick. Rick's old.
Was that the show where you learned how to volume control DJ?
No, that was actually another time. That's interesting you brought that up. So, it was another time he played at the Tabernacle. A couple years later.
Bass Nectar, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the Nectarine era of my life.
Which is cool. We still cover Bass Nectar. I mean, we're not hating on Bass Nectar.
No, I
here.
love
we
Bass
love
Nectar.
Bass Nectar.
I love Bass Nectar. I just haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is fuck bass nectar, right?
What I'm saying
And
is
everyone that follows it. No, definitely not saying
what
that.
I'm saying is I'm not trying to drop $100 to get in an arena with $20,000 sweaty
Yeah.
candy kids and fucking watch them die off dehydration. I love Bass Nectar though, and I would still see him given the chance. But yeah, so I don't know if you guys ever been to the Tabernacle.
Oh,
There's,
yeah.
like, those tiers. I was on like the second tier and all the way over to the right. Because this person that I brought with me wasn't feeling good, so we had to go to the lame spot. But actually, it turned out to be really educational because I could see what Bass Nectar was doing. And I noticed, I don't know how familiar you guys are with DJing, but there's like the crossfader that goes from the left
Yeah.
side of the deck to the right side. He had it in the middle the whole time. Didn't touch it once and was just using the up-down
okay.
volume controls. And he was going ham on like the samples and stuff. And so, interestingly enough, that show taught me how I DJ now. I still DJ like that.
And the way that we conduct our backing tracks live is
Yeah.
all done by that too. We never use crossfaders.
I never touch it.
And I learned how to DJ from you.
Yeah.
And I control some of the sequencing live, and we never use crossfaders, and we can attribute it to that night
Yeah,
for sure.
thanks, Lauren.
Thanks,
I might
Lauren.
need to take a couple lessons from you
Bass
guys because
God.
eventually I want to play live shows with my music.
Of course.
I
Yeah,
would
just
love
hit us
that.
up, man.
So you make hip hop, right?
No, I make it's a more subgenre, but like wave and witch house type music and stuff
Oh,
like
fuck
that.
yes. Hell yeah.
Dude, we should link up. We should
All right.
collab, bro.
Hell yeah, I'm down.
That's what Babblin and Dabblin's all about, motherfuckers.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Connecting fucking pieces. Scott, hit him with the goddamn superpower question.
All right, that's been a big hitter lately. All right, now this one is called Superpowers with a catch. Choose one.
Okay.
First one, you can hear people's thoughts, but only in the voice of Gilbert Gottfried.
So is this a yes or no question?
No. I'm gonna give you four options. Right?
It's multiple choice.
He's like, no, immediately.
Yeah, exactly.
What are the other three? All right. You can grow or shrink to any size, but your feet remain the same size.
Okay.
All right. You can fly, but only in the opposite direction of where you're looking, like backwards, basically. And you can turn invisible, but you have to fart loudly once a minute.
D for sure.
I'm on that boat.
You know how hilarious that would be to just be like walking around downtown Macon and you're just ripping them on people and they have no idea.
They start blaming their buddy. What the fuck, Terry?
It's like, oh, this looks like a nice first date.
Yeah, D for sure. I like that question. That's awesome.
Yeah, I gotta agree, man. Because, like, yeah. So, I don't know.
That's where I thought everybody would go was D, but fucking chose
What did
A.
choose?
A?
Fucking hearing people's thoughts and Gilbert Gottfried's voice.
Wait, okay, but I was actually thinking about that. The stipulation that I would be concerned with is, can you choose to not listen to people's thoughts?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think
Then
you just
that's
always
absolute
It's always
madness.
all the time.
Absolute
Yeah.
madness.
Yeah.
That
you
sounds
just
like
go
a nightmare.
insane.
Yeah. That doesn't sound like a nightmare. That is.
I'm already
It does
insane
say
with just my
can.
own thoughts.
It does say you can hear people's thoughts, so maybe it is optional. I'm going to say it's optional, actually.
The way answered it, he said, well, I can turn it on and off. So he was in the mindset of
Okay.
it being optional. So
If it's optional, I might actually go with that one. Dude, I don't want to
It
know
can
people's
make some-
thoughts, though. Could you imagine?
certain people would be, I guess, cool.
Yeah. It'd be great.
No.
Be like, what's that guy thinking? He's like, that's a cool bird, man. I like that bird.
That's a
dude."
cool
Man, I shouldn't have smoked all that
However he
meth
says it.
earlier.
I wish I could do a Gottfried impression, but I just can't.
Did you just try to do one too?
No.
I tried last week and it sucked.
I'm not going to try. I'm not going to.
All right, I got a great question. What's your social security number?
Good question.
joking.
Bad answer.
All right, what is the greatest design fuck up of the human body?
I don't know. That's an interesting question. The greatest is like as if like the human body was designed
The
by someone.
example is I hate like the ball sack is so stupid how it's designed.
It is
It's so
pretty
vulnerable
stupid.
and just hangs there.
Yeah.
And it
And
really
it
should be
slaps
have
up
some
against
armor.
your legs and kind of
Yeah,
hurts a little
and you
bit.
try to sleep
yeah.
on your side and it just
That's totally up there.
That's a
for
design
sure.
fuck up, in my opinion.
That's a huge fuck up.
They went wrong,
Also, like, why do your joints always suck?
right?
Everything just hurts all the time. What's
Yeah.
that? What's up with that?
It's because existence is pain.
Look, yeah, that's the
Okay.
root of it.
Well, that's what we've.
In a physiological sense, though,
That's what we've noticed.
I guess another point of view could be that the design fuck up would be the fact that when sitting down, it's not necessarily good for you, which is what
Yes,
humans
true. We
do
love to do.
90% of the time. If they had thought about that earlier, it would. We're designed to lay down and fuck
Yeah.
and to run around and kill shit
and sleep.
but
And we do the
but we
opposite
do
most
the
of the time.
opposite 90% of the time. So maybe they could have thought about that and gave us better support so we could sit down and chill with the
Fucking
homies.
technology.
Yeah.
Bro, shout out to
Making our
running
lives
around and
easier.
killing shit.
yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, that's a good point.
That's what it would be if you made your own country. Everyone would no longer be able to sit down. Everyone would have to run around.
We have to run around and kill shit and lay down and,
Exactly.
and sleep.
And
yeah.
fuck.
And then like a couple people like on the black market, it's like, yeah, dude, you got one of them chairs, dog.
Bro,
Trying to sit down, my dog. Oh, it's leather.
$10 a minute.
$10 a minute.
I'm with it. I'm
You're
with
gonna
it.
feel so fucking relaxed. I swear to God. All right, chicken wings,
What about him?
drums or flats. What's up?
I'm so partial to this. I'm a 100% drums fan, and
Fuck yeah.
and I'll tell you why. Because you can have a beer in your left hand and dunk
Yeah.
your wing with the right hand in blue
really
cheese or
can't
ranch,
beat
whatever
that
your
logic.
preference is. I like blue cheese, but if you
I thought
like
you were
ranch,
talking about dunking it in the
Oh,
beer.
dude, you fucking
That's
just
cool.
ruined it with.
no, I mean that's cool.
Ew.
I like ranch too, but if
Yeah.
you
I'm
know,
trying
you,
to save it now.
you
Dixon.
can dunk it in
Goddamn.
your sauce with your eggs. Sorry about that, but I'm super partial to drums for that. I think I'm actually going to go to Piedmont or Wild Wing later this evening. Catch the Braves game. Go
Dude.
Braves!
Shout out Piedmont, support local business.
I went to the
fuck.
grand opening of Buffalo Wild Wings and stayed there for like 19 hours to get free wings for a year.
Okay, we're talking about local businesses, not chain restaurants. So fuck off.
It was here.
Dude, I went to Piedmont last week for the first time ever, and it was so fucking good.
Was it
They're
fire?
bomb. They're
Dude.
bomb, dude. They're
He-
good.
the guy was like, "Oh, our brisket, we smoke it for so long, and it's so great, and blah blah blah. But our best thing is the wings." I'm like, "What the fucking? Tell me one of them, dude, asshole."
So did
Nah.
you just get both?
No, I got the wings. They were fucking dope as fuck.
What flavor did
Lemon
you get?
fucking pepper.
Oh man, yeah, that's
that's a good one.
that's
Dude,
that's
lemon
fire.
pepper's my shit.
Yeah,
I
that's
can't,
honey
I can't do
barbecue
hot.
dude. Honey barbecue's fire too, for sure.
I just like spicy.
Yeah, I love
Fuck me
love
up.
chicken
dot
wings.
com.
Bro,
So-
hold on. Wait a second. PSA, motherfucking Piedmont, get some goddamn honey barbecue sauce, please. Because y'all had like some sweet and smoky barbecue. It was good.
but no honey
But
barbecue.
no honey barbecue.
right.
What the fuck, dog? Let me get some of that. My wife likes honey barbecue. I mean, you got lemon pepper, so I'm satisfied. But, looking out for my chick here, dog.
That's fair. That's fair.
Looking out for
That's a
Camden's
good
wife.
husband.
Shout out to chicken wings though, for sure. That's a great
Dude,
question.
shout out to the countless
and it
chickens
works out
sacrificed
for us
for 'em.
because I'm partial to drums. But my wife likes flats for whatever reason. I don't get it, but it works out great when we get chicken wings
Dude,
together.
split 'em.
For
Same.
me, it's like this is kind of like it kind of also like applies to my overarching life philosophy where it's like I'm just happy to be here, man.
happy to
I
have
got
wings.
fucking chicken wings and a beer. I don't care
I'm
how
happy.
they come.
Wolf happy.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I'm just fucking happy to be here. Which usually if I'm sharing wings with someone, it's usually like, what's your preference? And like, oh, it's this. It's like, great.
Okay, I'll
I
take
don't
the other
fucking
one.
care. I'm just
Yeah.
happy to be here.
Yeah.
At all times.
What a guy.
Eh.
All right.
That got awkward, really.
What what did you guys do, like in the past or whatever, that still makes you cringe today thinking back on it?
Oh man.
That would have to be the. Are you talking about
The banana
in
peel?
life generally, or like music
In life,
wise?
life generally, it doesn't have to be music.
I'll still stick to the music. It would have to be posting our first song on fantasytour.com.
yes,
That
yes.
is, I just look back and cringe on it. So there's this website called fantasytour.com, which is basically Reddit for jam bands.
Yeah.
And we recorded this song, Conflux. If anybody wants us to bring that song back, let us know. We're thinking
We've
about
thought
it.
about it, but-
we haven't played it in years. It was the very first
Okay.
song we ever wrote. And we were so stoked that we had this track that we put on SoundCloud that I went on PT. That's what's called PT Fantasy Tour because it's Fantasy Tour with a PH, like fish,
Yeah.
you know. I went on the Fantasy Tour, the Disco Biscuits forum, and like posted this link to our track and just got shit on. Dude.
Absolutely. Destroyed.
Absolutely
It was
destroyed.
like everyone.
Dude, the first comment
Just ripped it apart.
Well, okay, I guess I walked into it because my handle was PT Sucks, which is the name of the website. And so this dude's like, the first comment was like, okay, so let me get this straight. First, you tell us that we suck, and then you ask us to listen to your shitty GarageBand loops on repeat. No fucking thank you. Yeah, that was like
That was the first comment of music. Anyone commented on our music at all?
First,
It's a great start.
reception that we ever got.
Totally.
Yep. So
It was
definitely
shitty GarageBand loops,
Yeah.
though.
It
He
was. And
on
the
point.
thing is the dude wasn't wrong.
That's when it hurts the most when they're right.
I'm so mad because I can't defend myself right now. God damn it.
Yeah, 100%. That's what I look back on and cringe, and it
Yeah, that
only
was
made us
brutal.
better in the long run, I guess.
Everything does.
So did PT really stand for Fantasy Tour? Did you really think they sucked?
Yes and yes.
Okay.
That website's a cesspool. It sucks. But shout out to them. But as is any forum,
Any good forum is
it's
an
like
absolute
4chan or
shit
Reddit,
show.
but for jam bands. Like it's going to
Yeah.
be a cesspool. It's not. Everybody there is to troll and to talk shit. I mean, we walked right into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
It'd be like that sometimes.
So that kind of
Yep,
made you
exactly.
guys skin a little thicker probably now.
I think so because you have to be able to take shit. We realized that over the course of the years of playing together. You're going to have people that hate you.
Yeah.
You're going to have venues that hate you. You're going to have people that think you
if you
suck.
do anything that's in any sort of public forum,
That's
no
how
matter
it's gonna-
what,
that's how it's
like,
gonna
at
be.
every level, people just fucking hate you. For
you
no
have to
reason.
learn to like live with it.
Yeah, I guess.
Just keep going.
Yeah.
But definitely look back on that and cringe. And honestly, haven't posted anything on a public forum since then. But I'm so confident now in our next music that's coming out to be able to post back on Reddit.
Check out those forums, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Are you
we'll be
gonna
all
still
over
use the PT sucks name?
I'm going to change the handle if I
Yeah.
post on PT. I'm not going to tell them that they suck before asking them
PT
to leave.
rules.
PT rules would be a good
you
handle.
go.
Yeah,
Good
for
start.
sure. No
Just
doubt.
change sucks to blows and
Get a little more creative.
let them know what's really up. All right, I don't have this question wrote down, but I've been asking it to everybody, so you guys get it too.
All right.
What is a traumatic experience that you've had to overcome in your life?
Well,
Are we talking like super serious here?
Yeah,
Yeah, we can
yeah.
say
It's a low. This is like a low point, like something just devastating, and you're just like, "Fuck! How will I ever bounce back from this?"
My
And then,
ex-girlfriend
boom.
cheated on me.
mm,
Yeah, she cheated on me, and that kind of sucked. I guess
Is
that
that
or
it?
my parents getting divorced.
that was a fun time
That's
for me
wow.
too.
Probably worse, like
That was a fun time.
My
mentally.
parents got divorced when I was a kid, and that definitely kind of fucked me up for a little bit.
Bro, shout out to fucking divorce. When I was 5, my parents got divorced, and when my mom took me with her one day, I was like, "What's going on? Where are we going?" She's like, "Disney World." We never went to fucking Disney World.
Nope.
Fucking bitch. But
Oh, she was saying that metaphorically.
yeah,
The metaphorical Disney World.
Yeah, I guess that would be it for me. Your parents got divorced too, right?
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I was like
so
12.
shout out.
Yeah, shout out to like everyone from our generation whose parents
Yeah,
got divorced.
Isn't
Like
that
it
kind of
seems like everyone-
sad? Like we're over here talking about like being married and stuff, and our parents are all divorced. Like,
yeah.
hopefully it'll all be good.
well, it's like you hear all these bad things about the music industry, but people still want to get into the music industry. So
True.
you always think,
analogy.
I'm
You
gonna
can't let
fucking
all
beat
the
the
holy
system
system.
shit,
stop you.
that's so spot on.
I'm gonna beat the system. I'm gonna be the one. It's not gonna happen to me
No,
like
We
that.
kind of have
we
to
can
be
do it, man.
delusional to make it. Like you have to like
Yeah, right.
know
It's only a career for the mentally insane. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. So I always think about. I was raised Catholic, super Catholic, and I always think about.
I didn't know there was a fucking another level of Catholic.
Yeah,
Super duper
I
Catholic
was
top.
raised the normal level of Catholic, which is too much. It's too much. No, I mean, if you're Catholic, I love you. No offense.
shout out to Catholic.
Yeah, shout out everywhere. But yeah, no. So I remember I was in 2nd grade, and I mooned my French teacher.
That's
Bad
fucking
move at
awesome.
a Catholic school.
It was like
Catholic.
after gym class, and I
He
had
might
the little
have-
shorts.
yeah.
Basically, I was showing my buddies like, oh, like doing like a funny, like, we're 7
Yeah.
and butts are funny thing. And then the teacher's like, what are you doing? And so I stood up and
You showed him. Yeah.
showed her what I was doing. And so I got in a lot of trouble for that. But I remember it was like the birth of my anxiety, because when you're 7, you're also being trained for like reconciliation, which
Yeah.
is like confession. I was fucking mortified, dude. It was like where my anxiety was born. I thought
Yeah.
that God and Jesus and Santa, all 3 of them were in cahoots, and they all hated me because I was such a bad human being for like this thing that like didn't matter to anyone else.
Yeah.
And so that
Like, dude,
kind
I
of,
made
like-
you guys naked for a reason. Yeah.
right, exactly. So I don't know, I like that. it was just kind of interesting, like looking back on that and like the way that I am now, because that definitely contributed, you know, for sure. So as far as trauma goes, there's a cookie. It's for you.
Oh, I'm a comedian, so my filter as far as what goes out to the public is
out there.
A really good comedian, I might add. I think I told you that earlier. You're fucking hilarious, dude. Let me know when your next gig is. Can't wait to go.
October 18th.
Yeah, you're killing it.
Oh, I think he was
At
just trying to
Rigby's.
set me up to plug it.
At Rigby's, right?
Yeah.
October 18th.
October 18th.
October
October
18th at Rigby's. You guys go check them out. Camden Hill. It's
The
fucking
patio,
hilarious.
I think,
On
is
the
what
patio.
it's called. Yeah, it's
that-
a free show.
Is that what you're called, the patio?
No.
So what do you go by, dude? Just Camden Hill?
Yeah, see, you know, I always thought that was funny. Is like the difference. There's so many similarities and so many differences between musicians and comedians.
Agreed.
But
Yeah.
like all musicians, you know, you tend to have a fucking nickname, and most comedians just go by their
Name.
just regular name.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah,
I don't know.
that is interesting to
but
think
my
about.
rap name at the end was just my fucking name. It was Don Hill.
Yeah.
Right.
Minus the cam. Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
That should have been your first album, minus Cam.
Dude, one guy got mad at me. You know Dion King Rounds?
I'm familiar. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out Dion.
Yeah, he was. I made that post. I'm like, should I name my album like All Don Hill from here? And he was like, dude, fuck no, fuck that bullshit.
That's funny though. I like
that's
that.
what
All downhill from here.
All
okay.
downhill
yeah.
from here.
Instead
Wow.
of all downhill from here, all downhill from here.
That's actually really
I
clever.
actually like that. That's some good marketing.
That's what I
Yeah.
thought. But Dion talked me out of it. Fucking cocksucker.
I like it. Yeah.
When I get him on the podcast, I'll fucking tell him he sucks.
Yeah.
Not that it matters.
One of your questions. So, anyways, why do you suck?
So King Rounds. Are you the king of sucking?
I think you produced some tracks for that guy back in the day, didn't you?
I have. Well, it was one of those things. Producing for rappers is the worst because they're like, I want you to do something like this, and you get your reference tracks and you get everything together, and you like spend a long time on it. Because like like I would want to produce for rappers, and then it's like, this is great, this is perfect, this is exactly what I wanted, I love it. Nothing.
And then,
They just never pay for
and then
it
they don't pay you.
or
Yeah.
use it is the thing. It's not like they used it without paying for it. I would be less mad, but it's like they commissioned it and then they just don't pay. And that happens a lot.
Yeah.
It's happened to me so many times. I had a fun time making the beats though, so I guess
You
that's
have made some
important.
fire hip hop beats in the past. Some of the stuff we've actually used in our
Yeah,
own
you
music.
know, hit us up because I have like 50 beats. If you guys just
Alright.
want them, I don't use them.
You've made some beats that we wound up making into Bootz Katz songs.
Is that true?
Incredible Nothing,
That's
City
true.
Skies. Those all started out as rap songs,
You
right?
true.
produced for Midas, didn't you? A couple of
Yeah,
somethings?
I used to produce for Midas. I
Yeah.
think he might be the only rapper that ever paid me. Actually,
Jackson didn't pay.
I didn't make him pay. He's my boy.
Shout
My
out to
little bro.
Saint Jack, by the way. We
Saint
already
Suburban.
Yeah, we already shouted out to Midas, so shout out to
Yeah.
Saint Suburban now.
Yeah, dude, shout out to everybody. Fucking shout out to whoever you want to, man.
This is the Shout Out podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, we shout out to everything. Shout out to this fucking table.
Yeah, this
Shout out the shout outs.
I was sick table.
I will say that making rap music is fun, though. He was alluding to producing beats for other rappers not being fun, but producing
It is fun. I just
producing
it's
our
a waste of time.
but producing our own music that we turn into rap or hip hop jams.
Life is a waste of time.
Kind of is fun.
Yeah.
Incredible Nothing is a good song. We
Yeah,
should
we
probably
should-
revisit that.
We should revisit that.
Yeah, for sure.
I wrote that on a plane from Denver back here, and
Denver's tight.
No, I had a layover there, so it wasn't tight. I was just in the fucking cigarette lounge.
Yeah,
I remember
layovers
Denver,
aren't tight.
I had
but-
like a 10-hour layover in Denver on my way back from San Diego, and like I was just in the cigarette lounge. I found this guy who he made signs like for like stadiums, and he was loaded, so he paid our bar tab. And I just remember I was on the plane, I was so wasted that I was like trying to make music, and I was like nodding off onto my laptop. And I just remember every time I'd wake up, this old lady next to me would just be like giving me this look that like I was some kind of
Dude,
crazy
that gets
person.
dangerous when you're making music and you're tired because you'll just mess something up and then you won't know what you
Yeah,
did.
but it actually turned into it's a really cool song. We just
It
haven't
is a cool
finished
song. We need to finish it.
We will. No worries.
I got a question real quick.
Sure.
What is your guys? I don't know if y'all have the same one or not. Probably not. But what's y'all's dream lineup to like share the stage with?
Oh man,
Bass Nectar.
I don't think we'd fit with him to be honest, because of the band thing.
Definitely.
Well, he has Break Science and shit. If those guys are still around, he's done that before. But
I would have to say the Disco Biscuits.
Biscuits or Tribe.
One
100%.
fourth of that dream came true for us. We opened up for the Disco Biscuits drummer.
Oh,
His
wow.
side project is Dr. Famous. Alan O'Quinn. Shout out to him. This is the shout
shout
out
out to the
podcast,
robot.
but we got to open for him, and we actually got him to guest with us on one track. So that would be super cool to do again, but with the whole band. Camp Bisco would probably be my dream
That would be my
festival
dream festival, too.
lineup at this point. If we can get there, we're working towards it. Man,
Well, yeah, because that's the thing. It's like, what's the dream lineup to play with? And it's like, okay, Black Sabbath in '71. You know what I mean? Like Frampton,
Fish in '94,
Exactly.
Biscuits in '99.
Exactly, but attainable things.
For
Camp
right
Bisco.
now, Camp Bisco would be up there
Okay.
for sure. Camp Bisco is one of the largest electronic music festivals in the East Coast, and hosted by the Disco
It's in
Biscuits.
Scranton, Pennsylvania.
Scranton,
actually.
Pennsylvania,
Shout out
yeah.
office.
Yeah,
Well, I love what you guys are doing, and I think you guys will definitely get there at some point.
Thanks, man.
Fuck
Thank you.
Pennsylvania.
Hey man, I'm a Pennsylvania boy. What up?
I fucking hate the traffic there.
It is bad. It's terrible. The traffic all up there is awesome. But yeah, so we're just doing our thing. That's what we've always done too. I think we've always been really good about that. It's like the goals we set are just like for us, and we do it because we like to.
We
do
love
it.
the
It's
music
fun.
for sure.
Yeah.
We love making this kind of music.
Yeah.
We love making shit that's not really being explored that much.
Yep.
Not
totally.
because we're like trying to. It's just what happens when we pull all of Dixon's influences and all of my influences together in a room and just sit
Yeah.
down and make music.
Yep.
This is what happens. So it's great. We love it.
Dope.
Where we at?
I'm way too far away from the mic. We just hit over an hour.
Wow, we've been here for an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Time flies when you're having fun, man.
Well, you
It's been
guys have been here longer.
Dude, it's been awesome being on here, man. This is a great
We
podcast.
appreciate that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you guys got a good thing going on. This is dope.
Do you have any more questions? I've got one more, and that's
I'm
it.
done.
All right. So, shit, where is it? I ask everybody this. I've got a few recurring questions.
Is this the one we accidentally walked in on?
Yeah, that you walked out of.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
walked
sorry about that.
It's all good.
It said do not enter, and Dixon was like reaching for the door handle. I was like, oh.
No, that sign's always on there. It's for just other people. Because
It's all good though. It couldn't have happened to better people. I love Uh-Oh.
Yeah,
Shout
for
out to
sure.
Rehab
Yeah.
and Uh-Oh, and those are the homies.
Yeah,
I love
you're on the
those
Shout Out
guys.
podcast.
Dude, did you hear about his story about like getting the call that he was in rehab?
No.
He told us about it. He was like, I was indifferent because I didn't know who rehab was. I'm like, what the fuck?
And Warner Robins of all places are making that. Yeah.
He was like, my mom showed me bartender, and I was like, that's when it hit me. I'm like, God damn, dude, what the fuck? I was like, all right, whatever.
That's awesome.
Shout out DJ Uh-Oh.
Yes, sir. Love them.
Shout out people that shout out things.
Yeah.
That
shout
one
out to
and
the shout
shouting
outs.
Yes, sir.
Shout out us. Shout out Earth for not getting rid of us just yet. So what are some things we could or should change to make the world a better place? Obviously techno.
Yeah, we need more. We need more.
I guess this is kind of similar to the fucking if you had your own country, what would...
Kind of, but this is like current. I don't know. I mean, it's tough to talk about this kind of thing because of the way that politics are so divisive now. You'd be like, I think that we should do something about the world falling apart. Like the earth, literally, the environment is really bad. And they'd be like, oh, so like what? You just like want to suck Bernie Sanders' dick and like put it,
Yeah.
you know, and like
Exactly.
Caesar
Immediately
Elizabeth
get
Warren.
thrown
And
in
it's like,
this.
it's they've done a really, really good job of like characterizing political beliefs. So it's like the red team versus the blue team.
Yeah.
But really, it's like the environment's really important. Education's really important. Fucking stopping mass incarceration is really important to me.
Oh yeah.
You know, demilitarizing the police force, stuff like that. And even though most of those ideas are liberal leaning, it's like I hate how divisive
Yeah.
it becomes. Because it's like kids should be smart. People should be able to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
Like the earth shouldn't shatter because we can't stop fucking farming oil.
Shout out to universal healthcare.
Yeah, shout out. So
Legalize cannabis.
legalize
Working on
cocaine.
Legalize all drugs.
Yeah, really.
legalize
I think
them
the
all.
war on
Fuck
drugs
I
it.
think
is dumb.
I think for real legalizing drugs could go a long way.
I think
It,
so,
it worked.
too.
Well,
Make
at
the
least
world a better place.
decriminalizing. It worked for
At
Portugal.
least decriminalizing.
Portugal did
Yeah.
it right. They like decriminalized all drugs in like the 90s, and like abuse has gone down exponentially.
I mean, you
Right.
have this plant that has proven medicinal uses that is still criminalized.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
up there for me for
Well,
sure.
it's the
Shout out to
double
old
status.
people.
Right. Thanks, guys. Thanks, guys. But yeah, I think it's overwhelming. It's incredibly overwhelming because there's so much that needs to be fixed.
There's so many
And-
layers and so
but-
many ways you
but-
can think about it.
But the thing is that when I say they, I mean people that are benefiting from the world being destroyed, that are benefiting in an economic way. It's much easier for them if we're fighting amongst
Each other.
ourselves.
Yeah,
Instead of
totally.
being like, hey, like,
We should change
find
this.
one person that wants to go to war with Iran. Like, I mean, come on. Why would
Yeah.
we do that? Just leave them alone.
But you get a fucking Dodge Charger out of the deal, so.
Yeah,
I mean, you know, somebody's got to die.
Right, the price must be paid.
I need that Charger, bro.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, so I don't know. Without getting too political, I think the issues are obvious, and I think that we have to reach across more because we're all the fucking same. We're all just getting shit on.
Yeah.
None of us can pay our fucking bills. Why are we mad at each other? I don't get that.
I do feel like there's a big problem with people being able to debate and not argue.
Agreed. And that's on purpose. That is
Yeah.
on purpose. That is on purpose.
Faux show.
But it's like, you know, this whole... It happened with Colin Kaepernick, where it's like, should he or should he not kneel during the national anthem? Does he hate America? And it's like, he's talking about police brutality, but we're not talking about that.
Right.
Yeah.
They did the same thing with, what's her name? Greta, where it's like, we're not talking about the
What is her last
environment.
name?
We're talking about whether or not a 16-year-old should be able to talk about the environment. It's like, they
Yeah.
always shift the point so
Right.
that we don't actually discuss what the fucking problem is.
Focus on the messenger
Yeah.
and not the message.
Exactly.
It's like,
That's a
come on,
great way
man.
to put
Fuck
it.
you.
And that's
Wow.
exactly what they do.
You
Every
could say the
single
same
time.
thing about the current administration too.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to hate on Trump, but everybody's just hating on the messenger, not necessarily the message.
Yeah.
Shout out to Don't Shoot the Messenger.
Yeah. Shout out to the messengers.
Yeah, it's all.
everybody.
It's
No,
interesting.
our buddy's
that-
band is Don't Shoot the Messenger.
Oh, okay, cool.
It's
Shout out to them
interesting to
for
get
sure.
so deep on a podcast like this, but it's cool. You guys are cool. I enjoy talking about it. But
Dude, that's what we're all about, man.
No, man,
Open.
I like it. We can get deep here, but that's kind of how I feel as well. It's a much deeper, more complicated issue than just being black and white. It's hard
Yeah.
to just pinpoint one thing that you could use to make the world
Totally.
better. But
And we're not discussing it anyways because it's
there's-
like you're on this team, I'm on this team. Fuck you. It's like it doesn't make sense. We're all on the same team.
we can
We're
all be here
humans.
at the end of the day, though, and try and make the world a better place just by being better people.
Exactly.
Compassion.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's no money in being better people.
Yeah. That's why. Yeah.
Shout out to Andrew Yang. Capitalism
Yang
with a
2020.
conscience.
Yeah, exactly, dude. That guy's actually kind of a
2019,
badass. I do like that guy.
Dude, I heard on Joe Rogan's podcast the other day that they looked up this article about Yang talking about wanting to get people to stop eating meat. I was like, no, don't destroy my image of this man.
A lot
I
of
like
the-
meat.
Well, he was like talking about taxing it so high that people don't want to buy it. I was like,
Yeah.
fuck that.
Well, I probably can see where he's coming from because it probably is like the meat industry being like the biggest contributor to the environment being fucked up.
Well, is that true? Joe Rogan says otherwise. He said some article he found says it's only like 9%.
Jamie, pull that up.
Yeah, young Jamie. We just turned into JRE real quick.
Yeah, no, who knows though? Who
I don't
fucking
know.
knows? Who fucking knows?
A lot of the posts I've been seeing being shared about Yang, like negatively, a lot of times are taken way out of context too. Like
Yeah.
there'll be questions that he's talking about, like things that could happen 100 years in the future and not actually now.
Right.
Stuff
right.
like that.
Yeah.
And they'll say, "Oh, he's trying to, you know,
He's trying to put us on the right fucking path and whatever. He thinks it's the right path, and a lot of
Yeah.
shit he says, I think. I was like, yeah, that guy's got a fucking good idea of what's going on. Definitely better than what I do. I'll follow him.
right. Good enough for me.
Yeah. And I've never voted before, but like,
I didn't."
if
vote
he
last-
makes it,
you
it,
should vote,
I'm
man.
fucking out there. Nah, fuck that, dude. Our votes don't matter in the federal election. I feel bad about not participating in local elections.
Anarchy for the win.
Yeah, dude. I burned it all to the ground.
I couldn't see myself voting for Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton. If I did vote, I was going to vote for Gary Johnson.
I voted for Jill Stein. She's all right.
There you go.
Green Party. You know, fuck it. But yeah, I mean,
They'll never win, you know.
yeah, no kidding.
But one of my
I still went and exercised my goddamn American right to vote.
one of the
for who I
phrases I
wanted.
hate the most is people saying, "If you don't vote, that's a vote for this person." I'm like, no, it's not. Because
Yeah.
then you're
Dude.
assuming I would have voted for that person if I didn't vote. If I did vote,
Right.
I had a bit about that. It was like, I love you like so-and-so jokes, and one of them was like, I love you like Republicans and Democrats love telling you that not voting is a vote for the other candidate.
Which is true.
I told it one time, and this guy, like, no laughs at all. This one guy just goes, ooh, politics. I'm like, yeah, that didn't go well, did it? All right, man. I mean, other than if you guys just want to sit here and shoot the shit for a little bit, we got nothing.
Yeah.
It was
Whatever
great,
you guys
man.
wanna do.
Yeah, we
Plug it.
appreciate you guys.
Dude, it
coming
was
out.
awesome being on here, man. This was great.
We had a good time.
I'm glad
Loved
you
it.
enjoyed it. I just hope people enjoy listening to it, and it grows.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
And if you made it this far, I think that after the fact, we're going to play a little new thing we've been working on. It doesn't have a name, That's how new it is. But our buddy Matt guested with us in Atlanta at Aisle 5 when we played it. And we're just really excited about where we're going and how jammy and weird and spaced out we're getting, but in a very cohesive way. You know,
Organized chaos.
Organized chaos. Thank you, Dixon.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. So, no, we're excited for you guys to hear this. Come check us out. 1025 will be in Milledgeville at Buffington's. November 1st, we'll be at Amici on the rooftop in Macon. First Friday. It's going to be a party.
Yep.
And then again at the Hummingbird, November 9th
Supporting
with Rochambeau.
Rochambeau. Yes, sir.
From Atlanta, we think. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
From somewhere.
Shout out to Atlanta, we think.
Yes, sir.
Nah, fuck Atlanta. That's my thing. You can't shout out Atlanta. That's the one thing.
Oh, man, that's the one. That's the one.
You kicked off. You're not allowed to come back.
Oh, drag.
I don't know. I think if we tried to just play it off your phone, it wouldn't work that good. But
Yeah, it's cool.
We'll cut a clip in, and then we'll at the end of it we'll play at whatever snippet you guys want us to play.
if you want to give
Works
them a
for
sample
us.
right now, just live, see how it sounds.
I mean, yeah, you're welcome to if you want, but
Like off the
We're
phone
just-
speaker.
Yeah. Is it gonna? It's
It's
gonna.
going to sound like garbage
cut
for
it
sure.
in.
I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
We'll
Never
fix it in
mind.
post.
Can I
Yeah.
just send you? Can I just send you the WAV file and you put it in yourself?
oh yeah, no problem.
Yeah, for
Go
sure.
do that.
Cool.
Let's just do that.
That
Yeah.
works better.
Definitely.
Sounds good.
Definitely.
So that's that, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, it was awesome.
We
Yeah,
dabbled.
we love you guys.
We
You guys
babbled.
are doing a great job.
Thank you
Keep
so
it up.
much, man.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, we're having a good time doing it. And that's what's important.
Yes, sir.
That's what's important.
Do this.
Gotta have fun, man. Shout out to Babblin and Dabblin.
Shout out Babblin Dabblin.
Shout out to
Dabbling and
having
shouting
fun.
out.
Shout out to tables.
Shout
everywhere.
out to fucking XLR cables,
Oh, yeah. they're the best.
laptops. Shout out HP, sponsor the podcast. Shout out Pile Mixers, sponsor the podcast.
Sponsored by guys.
Shout out windscreens if you're the guy that made windscreens, sponsor the podcast. Shout out to this $5 mouse that I bought from Five Below, sponsor the
Yeah.
podcast.
Shout out. Shout out.
Nice, dude.
Dabblin and shouting
Love
out.
that.
Shout out to sponsors. I know you're out there. You're just not here.
Yeah. Shout out. Shout outs.
Shout,
Shout
to
out for you
Flamingos.
guys listening. Take care.
Yeah, totally.
dude.
Thanks, guys.
Thank
Shout
you
out to
guys.
yourself. Love you guys. Peace.
Signing off.
Y'all give it up for our boy Matt.